Hey there, it's Nick.
And it's Leah.
Real quick thing before we get going, we are on a break this week.
It's just a shorty patorty. It's 1 week.
Shorty patorty. Indeed. But we wouldn't leave you empty-handed. So we found the perfect episode from the archives just for you.
I honestly, at this point, Nick, can't believe how much archive we have to choose from.
Oh, we have an enormous archive. And so it's actually very fun to try to find the right episode for the moment.
So weird to think about how long we've been together.
Yeah, it's my longest relationship, Leah. And this episode is great. One of the questions is it okay to ask for a gift back after someone dies?
And this question has our shortest answer ever.
Yeah, there's like no conversation. And like, spoiler alert, no. No.
It's actually, I think the other one that we did that with was when they asked if there was a polite way to tell somebody's son's girlfriends to wear a bra.
That is probably the shortest.
Yes.
Where we're just like,
no.
Next question. Yeah, this I think maybe have been a full sentence or two. And then another great question in this episode is, what do you do if you remember somebody's dog's name, but not their owner's?
Which is, I think, the life at least 50% of us are living.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
It's going to be so fresh, so fresh, so fresh, fresh, fresh.
It will.
Is that too much, Nick? That's the kind of energy we have after a week off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true. That's the post-vacation energy we're giving. Absolutely. So look forward to that. But now, let's start the show.
Let's get in it.
Hey, everybody, it's Nick Layton.
And it's Leah Bonema.
And we had so many great questions from you all in the wilderness.
Ow!
That we have a bonus episode. So here we go. Our first question is, quote, I'm attending a wedding of a close coworker. The invitation says that the festivities begin at 3:30 p.m. It is now the day before the wedding, and I just received a text message from the bride and groom saying that even though their invitation has a 3:30 start time, they are accounting for members of their family who are notoriously late in showing up to events up to an hour past the start time. They tell us that the event actually begins at 4:30, and they feel comfortable sharing this with us, specifically as I am notoriously punctual. I understand the frustration with late family members, but is it rude to set up a start time that is not actually the start time? On a personal level, I have set up my day and arranged and paid for childcare based off the times specified in the invitation. Though it's only an hour, this feels like an unnecessary inconvenience. Is it okay to inconvenience those that can properly follow instructions rather than mandate proper behavior of those that can't? What say you?
I thought this was such a great question because this happens to me. The same idea happens to me in other circumstances because I'm an on-time person.
Yeah.
So I thought this was such a great question to discuss.
Yeah, no, this is a great question. I think in general, I think we just want to be on time. I think this is polite, this is mindful, this is good etiquette. It just is.
Point blank, stop, period. That being said, there's a whole bunch of people that just can't be on time. And then this wedding couple has decided to deal with it by telling everybody the start time is fictionally earlier.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to wedding etiquette, the rule is the time on the invitation, that is the time the ceremony begins. That's the actual time when that processional is heading down the aisle. So I think it is impolite to put any other time other than that time. And actually, Miss Manners has a great quote on this. She says, weddings should start on time. If they are delayed even a little, the guests begin speculating about whether it is the bride or the bridegroom who is balking.
So do you think a better way to handle it would be to put the specific time on and then to call the people in your life that you know are always late and say, hey, this is the exact start time. If you could get there like a half hour early, that would be great.
I mean, I think that's good. I think if we had to, I don't love this, but I think if we had to, we could say the ceremony begins at 3:30, doors open at 3. Sort of making it very clear that like, oh, the ceremony's beginning at this time. Although for people who are habitually late, is that going to make a difference? I don't know.
Because I do understand our letter writers, she set up childcare, she scheduled her day around it. I do feel like we who are on time are punished for being on time. A lot of comedy shows I learned here in LA, the start time is significantly later than we've been told because they are making up for all the comics who are late.
Yeah, so we have basically told those comics it's okay to be late because we're not going to start on the time we told you. And so what have we done?
So I was like showing up the hour early, thinking that that's what we had to be there. We had to check in, and then people kind of like drizzle in, and then you're like, oh, this isn't really when I have to be here.
I mean, does time mean anything?
I mean, does it though? Honestly.
Right? I mean, because for this wedding, if this wedding starts at 3:30, I am going to be there probably by 3. I would shoot to be there by 3. And if you've actually tricked me and you're not starting your wedding until 4:30, now I am there for 90 minutes before the thing even starts. You've actually made me wait for an hour and a half. Like, that's not nice.
I mean, that's an hour and a half is a whole.
Oh, I can do a lot in an hour and a half.
Oh, I know. An hour and a half. Give Nick an hour and a half. He's reorganized the world.
Yeah, no, I do more in an hour and a half than most people do all day.
It's true.
So,
it is true.
Yeah, that's not an overstatement at all. But yeah, so that is super rude. And I think why this bothers our letter writer, why it bothers me, why it should bother all of you is that, yeah, you are punishing good people. You're punishing good people. And that's not how the world should work. People who are rude are the ones who should be punished. The consequences of society should affect them. So yeah, if these rude people show up late to your wedding, then yeah, they've missed your wedding. I mean, that should be the consequence, right?
You should have a bouncer outside not letting them in and say, well, you were late. Hope you learned your lesson. You can't come in.
I mean, at a lot of weddings, there is going to be some sort of staff that will assist latecomers. And like, yeah, you're in the back row. And that's the deal. There are etiquette consequences.
I mean, I think that we've solved it. I know you don't like it, but I do think it's a doors. If you know at least 50% of your people are late people, tell them the doors. This is just like a comedy show. Doors are at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Show starts at 8:30. And I mean doors and show for a comedy show. Obviously, I'm not calling your wedding.
Show. Could be. Depends on who the MC is.
I mean, depends on what you want to do. I also think that, our main takeaway is that we don't want to punish the people who are actually on time. And they only told our letter writer a day before the wedding. You know.
Well, I think they didn't want the secret to get out.
I know.
Right?
It's like if you knew this was a punctual person, they had to set up childcare.
That detail really gets me.
It's the childcare that really gets me.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, your inconsideration has affected my life financially now.
Oh, and you're like scheduling your whole day. When am I going to take them over? When am I going to pick them up? Or are they coming over here? Right. It's like a whole extra. I also think you could, as an option, I'm just throwing this out. In the cards for the people that you think are late people, we have an extra little card.
Okay.
That says, love you to pieces. You know you're a late skis. Mm-hmm. This is the start time, and I want to see your beautiful faces up front, so please get there before it starts. In a complimentary way, pre-typed little square you can pop in all the peoples that you know are late. That's like compliment. Give them the facts, close out with a compliment.
Yeah, I love where that's coming from, but that's real hard to pull off in a polite way. Like, can you imagine if you got an invitation that had an extra thing for you, which is like, I know you're always late and rude, but like today, can you not?
Yeah, but I wouldn't get that because I'm not always late and rude.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that. Or what if we actually had 2 sets of invitations? And the invitation I send to you says 3:30, but the invitation you send to me says 4:30.
Yeah, but those people will talk, and then it will be a whole thing.
Oh, that's true. Okay, interesting. Yeah. And actually, why this can be dangerous, let's say your wedding is at 5:30, but it's really 6:30. Then the question is, am I wearing a tuxedo or not?
Oh.
Is this a daytime wedding or like
it's
that actually could be how embarrassing. Because like if it was a 5:30 wedding, probably wouldn't wear a tuxedo because as we know, you don't wear tuxedos that early. Oh. How crazy. But if it was actually an evening wedding and then I show up and I'm not in a tuxedo, but it is black tie, then like, oh my goodness. So all this could be avoided if we just have honesty about when the thing is starting.
I think we gave a lot of options here, and all of them are supporting our letter writer and being like, yeah, that's irritating.
That's it. So yeah.
So
our next question is, quote, my lovely wife and I have a small yet ongoing debate. When I pour her a glass of wine, I always ask her to say when, to indicate when I've poured enough. I can be somewhat heavy-handed in these situations, so I want to make sure I only pour the amount that she wants. The challenge, however, is that she refuses to actually say the word when. She'll say, okay, great, yeah, or even just no on one occasion, though she did acknowledge that one was not a great choice. She insists that when feels rude, but also doesn't have a consistent replacement. So the first question is, does saying when actually constitute a breach of etiquette? And the second question is, if so, do you have a more proper recommendation for a replacement phrase?
I find this question delightful. I love the idea of this couple, having this at home. It's so fun.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I have lots of thoughts. So what's your thought here?
Well, my thought is I've been in this situation where, because I never know, it's the same with pepper or Parmesan cheese, or anytime you're pouring or serving something, tell me when. Like, that's the phrase. Well, I see with your pursing noise that you don't agree with that, but that is something I say.
Okay. Yeah. Say when.
And has been said to me. And I do recall feeling weird saying when. So I think what I've said is, that's good.
So why I think this is different than like adding Parmesan or pepper to something is that there is something that's called like a standard pour. A standard glass of wine is like 5 ounces. So like there is sort of like an amount that is the finish line. Like there is sort of an agreed upon level in the glass for everybody. You might want less, you might want more, but like you could also just like, here is a glass of wine. Right?
I love that Nick always gives us the third option, which is not what the person asked.
But it just feel like, hey, I would love a glass of wine, but actually I don't want like a full glass. And that could be my request. Or like, hey, I want a glass of wine, but I really want you to like go over the normal line. So I think the first thing I would do is take the wine glasses that you have in your house, pour 5 ounces of water in there, see where that is on your glassware so that you have an idea of what that looks like. And then like maybe that would solve the problem. Okay, that was the first thought, I guess.
Okay. So
That aside,
what do you think about the phrase, tell me when? And how would you respond to it?
so for me, the phrase tell me when is really a shortened version of the full phrase, which is tell me when I should stop. It's not say when, it's say when I should stop. So I am telling you when you should stop in response to this in some way. So saying almost anything that indicates I am indicating something should give you the signal. I do not need to say the actual word when, W-H-E-N. Like that is not required here.
I like it. That's good.
I also, as research, poured a glass of wine for myself at home. And I thought to myself, what would I say to make this stop? And what I said was, that's great. Thanks. That was my instinct.
Sounds good to me. That's great.
Right?
And then you throw in the thanks on after just to.
Yeah, nice little punctuation. But I do not think we need to say the actual word when.
I mean, I feel like this was the chance for us to weigh on one of life's big things is what do we say when someone says when? And we say, that's great. Thanks.
So maybe as a household, we can just agree that this is our new thing.
And as a household, Nick means everybody listening and us.
We are all part of our household of humanity. Yes.
We are all a part of the same household.
Or we could all just agree that like.
Nope. Are you going to go back to the 5 ounces?
I mean, I was going to maybe like try to go back to that.
Are you going to circle? Some people just want a little wine. Some people want a big wine.
Yeah, no, I get that.
This is not at a restaurant where we're doing 5 ounces.
Yeah, no. That's why I didn't finish that thought.
No, but you did. We all heard it.
Oh, Leah, you know me too well. So, our next question is, quote, how do I politely decline someone's offer to share a hotel room? There would be a total of 3 people sharing a 2-bed room. Not sure if there would be a sofa or cot available. Ew. The other 2 people are family, but we don't share a close relationship. I believe they'd like to save money by dividing the cost, which is understandable. But I need my own space and downtime while on vacation. I don't want to offend anyone, but I have to have my own room or I'm not going. Please help.
This one feels very easy for me because I also need my own room.
Yeah, I mean, this is not unusual or unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable in any way. Thank you so much for offering, but I need my own space.
Yeah, end of story. I wrote down, thank you so much for thinking of me. Start with gratitude. I'd love to join, but I prefer my own room when on vacation. Would me booking separate accommodations be okay? Or are you only looking for someone to join you if they're in the same room? Put it on them to decide if you can come.
Yeah, if that's the setup that they're asking you to go with them, but they seem to only want somebody you can share. I thought everybody was going on vacation, and then they were like, why don't we share a room?
But, I mean, Leah's always trying to get us to room together.
I just want to do that for a social experiment.
You just want to have pillow fights. You just want to do mud masks. Yeah, order room service.
I just would like to see the division of the room where everything I own is just like thrown everywhere. And then Nick's is organized in like, I can't even imagine how organized. What is it, by size, by color? I don't know. But mine is just wild.
Yes, I do feel like we probably have different styles of travel.
Yes.
I think it's a very diplomatic way to say that.
It would be hilarious. I think it would be hilarious. That's why.
It would be great television. It'd be fun for other people to watch. I don't know how fun it would be for me to actually live it.
I don't know if it'd be fun for me to live it either, Nick.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh no, I don't subject myself to other people on vacation either. Yes. There's reasons why I have my own room. It's for myself, but it's also for others. Yes. Yes. It's to protect you. So our next question is, quote, what do you do if you give a gift to someone who very shortly after passes away? Can you ask for the gift back?
I wrote over this. What? No.
I just wrote, nope. N-O-P-E, period. Yeah. I mean, what a bonkers question.
What?
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else to say? Does this require explanation or further justification, or do we have to explain why?
You just can't do that.
It's just not a thing.
Also, I just was like imagining, like, who are you calling? The spouse, the parent, the child? Hey, I just gave this person a t-shirt from a concert and I noticed that they passed away. Do you think you could, while grieving, go in there, find it and give it back to me?
No rush. Thanks.
No rush. I can even swing by.
Yeah. This is just, you gotta let that go.
It's a gift.
You don't get to ask for those back, really, in most circumstances.
Yeah, I feel very definitive about this one.
Yeah, no, I think we're on the same page. So, our next question is, quote, we are new to our neighborhood and like to take long walks with our dog. When we meet others, we introduce ourselves and our dog by name, and the others usually do the same. Since we live in a relatively small community, we tend to see the same people and dogs again and again. The problem is that while we usually remember the dog's name, we often don't recall the human's names. This can lead to an awkward greeting, so we just end up introducing ourselves as Scout's parents and referencing others as Rex's mom and dad. I'm pretty sure this is a universal issue, since the same thing happened to me when we lived in New York. Do you have a suggestion as to a gracious way to handle this that does not make us look and feel like idiots?
I think this is very normal. The most normal.
Very normal, yes. I mean, remembering names, I think, is just a thing that we all struggle with. I mean, I definitely do. Everybody does. I mean, this is universal. The first question I had on my list was, do we need to know their names? Is this important? Do we need to know their names?
If you remembered Lacey's name, I would be delighted if you referred to me as, this is Lacey's mom. Ah, what a dream. I would then play a song that Nick had written for Lacey and I.
Exactly. I mean, I guess you want to know their names. And so the question is, how do you then ask in a polite way? And I guess you just ask the way you ask whenever you forget somebody's name, which is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Would you remind me your name?
I think you could say, I'm so sorry. I have remembered you as Rex's mom and dad. Could you remind me of your human names?
Right. That's actually kind of charming and lovely.
Isn't that kind of charming? Because then you're like, you remember the dog's name and everybody appreciates that.
Now, what if you forgot the dog's name, though?
Well, usually it's right on their collar, so that's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, so you have to kind of go down for like a scratch.
You just go in for a scratch, and then you're like, oh, Buddy.
And then you have to catch the name. Right. The other idea I had was ask what the Instagram account is for the dog. Because obviously every dog has an Instagram account. And then through that, then you could probably figure out the owner's names.
You could.
Right?
Or we could just live in a world where we only know dogs' names. And I think people are okay.
Yeah. I don't think you look like an idiot if you forget the human names.
I think that at this point, we're expected to remember so much. Like, our brains are so fractured between all the online stuff, all the different things we do during the day. There's so much happening. Everybody gets it.
No, I think actually our brains are being trained to not remember anything because we have the internet in our pocket. So we actually don't have to remember anything anymore, like how to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Who needs to know that anymore?
I think a lot of people never learned that.
Okay. But you don't have to remember like who starred in any movie. You don't have to remember like where anybody's from. You don't have to remember like anything. You don't have to remember any details anymore.
I always go, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. I'm going to remember.
And then does it come to you?
And then like 3 days later, I'll be like, Sarah Schaefer.
There was a time when you were like, wouldn't know stuff and you just had to be good with that. But I think our brains are just really good at just like not retaining any information anymore because like we don't have to.
I think it's we don't have to, but also there's so much information coming in now that we can't.
It is a fire hose. Yeah. No, it's just a survival technique at this point. Right. Yeah. No, it's really true. Yeah. Oh, the world we live in.
And then feeling bad on top of it takes up even more space in our brain.
Yeah. Actually, if your brain was like a pie chart of like information and then feeling bad about stuff, I feel like that pie chart would be like mostly the feeling bad about stuff.
So sometimes when I host shows, I had a experience hosting a show earlier on in my comedy career where I forgot the name of somebody who I know very well, just because so many different things were going on in the room.
Yeah.
That I was at my peak capacity. And I was staring at their face and I know them and it was just gone. And since that moment, I have written everybody's name on my hand. And when I write it down, I never have to look, because I have no anxiety about forgetting.
Oh, interesting.
Because the anxiety is taking up so much space in my brain.
Yeah.
That once I pull that off the table, then I can remember.
Yeah. Leah does write stuff down on her hand.
I do, yeah.
I mean, whatever works.
Whatever works. But I don't think you look like an idiot at all.
No. And actually, I think it's actually kind of charming. As long as you remember the dog's name, then I actually think you're totally in the clear.
And thank goodness for callers if you don't.
Bingo. So our next thing is an etiquette crime report.
Wow.
So is that what we settled on?
I don't know. That one was a little different. It was a little lower in the throat. Did you notice?
We did get an email from a listener who was suggesting more of a dun-dun, like Law and Order sound. But for now, we'll take the wiener. Also related to the etiquette crime report, we got one today, and it was something that happened a while back, and they called it a etiquette crime cold case. And I love that idea so much. It really got me. I was like, oh, it's a cold case. Oh, I love it. It's like an unsolved old crime. Oh, it's so great. So for today, it is, quote, I am a Catholic priest, and I was giving a brief sermon at my small church. While the congregation was sitting in the peaceful quiet of the church, listening to my brief reflection, I heard it, the unmistakable clipping of fingernails. The silence of the moment and the echoey walls amplified the sound so much that I quickly lost the attention of many members of the congregation who, like me, couldn't help glancing in the direction of the culprit. An old man decided that my 4 minutes of sermon time was the optimal moment for nail clipping. As if the interruption wasn't enough, this man left his nail clippings all over the floor. Perhaps even divine intervention couldn't help this level of rudeness.
I don't even have words.
I mean, there are no words. There are no words.
I love this. I heard it. Because you can imagine you can hear it just in the big room with the,
I mean, if you can hear nail clipping on a busy subway going through the tunnels in New York City, you can definitely hear it in church.
Imagine in a church clipping nails.
Is nothing sacred.
And then leaving the nails.
And then leaving it. I mean.
I can't.
Yeah, why are we... who? Yeah.
We can't even finish our sentences on this. It's so wild.
Although, I guess if you're the type of person that will clip nails during a sermon in church, then of course you're that same person that then leaves those nails. Like, of course you are. You don't become this conscientious person, which is like, oh, I'm going to take those with me now. Make sure that those aren't on the floor. Like, you're not that person suddenly.
I don't know what to say, Nick.
Yeah, no, it's an etiquette crime. Yeah, for sure. The very definition.
The very definition, and it paints such a picture. You can see the church. We're in the middle of a sermon, and then we hear in a pregnant pause.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's horrible.
Terrifying. Horrible.
Horrible. Well, thank you for sending this to us. And you out there, if you have been the victim or witness to an etiquette crime, etiquettecrime.com. And of course, we'll also take your questions, your vents, your repents. Send it in. Send it to wereraisedbywolves.com, or you can leave us a voicemail or send us a text message, 267-CALL-RBW. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.